I'm Joe Khalil here in Washington, D.C. on the eve of a major vote in the House that can move another stimulus package forward, and breaking news on the minimum wage. We're going to have all of that in just a moment.
Good evening, everybody. We're following a number of major stories tonight for our third hour of News Nation. New information about coronavirus variants circulating in the U.S., and the Manhattan District Attorney obtains Donald Trump's tax records. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Rob Nelson.
And I'm Marnie Hughes. Our top story tonight, the ongoing negotiations over a coronavirus relief bill. NewsNation Washington, D.C. correspondent Joe Khalil walks us through what we can expect before tomorrow's vote. Joe.
Yeah, major vote coming up tomorrow. But on this minimum wage increase here, the bottom line is that the effort to move that forward took a big step back because of a ruling tonight, essentially by the so-called referee of the Senate who decides rules and policy there. So bottom line, if Democrats want to move a $15 minimum wage forward, it's clear now they're going to have to do it outside of that major COVID relief package. President Biden marked 50 million vaccinations today, halfway to his 100-day goal.
I hope Congress passes the American Rescue Plan, which I've been pushing.
The photo op comes on the eve of a major vote in the House as Democrats push through the president's $1.9 trillion COVID relief plan. Among other measures, it provides $1,400 stimulus checks, $57 billion for vaccine distribution and testing, $350 billion to struggling state and local governments, and $130 billion for K-12 schools.
All aspects of our society have been hit by this, and all aspects of our society will need help.
Democrat Dan Kildee says Republican-led states and Democrat-led states are hurting, and all need more relief. As polling shows, a strong majority of Americans support the bill.
It is supported by our businesses. It is supported by Republican mayors and governors.
But not one Republican in Congress.
The pork, special interest pork. There's a lot of pork in there.
When you look at what's in the package, it's a bunch of giveaways to special interests that have nothing to do with COVID.
It's a $2 trillion bill, 8% of which is actually directed to COVID.
Republicans like Senator Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz say the bill has pet projects tucked away for powerful Democrats, like $112 million for a Northern California subway expansion, $570 million for the arts, $50 million for family planning, and $1.5 million for a bridge in New York State.
A bridge from New York to Canada. To make Chuck Schumer's political buddies happy.
The request for this funding wasn't made by me or any Democrat, for that matter. It came from the Trump administration.
But Democrats fired back, calling the GOP's pork argument baloney. They argue funding for the arts, infrastructure, and yes, even that bridge are legitimate relief measures.
This is one of the only bridges operated by the federal government. Its revenues for operating expenses have collapsed because of COVID.
So back to that minimum wage decision that was made tonight. Essentially, if the Senate wanted to, they could take a vote and overrule the parliamentarians' decision to do that. They may need Vice President Kamala Harris, but the White House has already signaled if the Senate wanted to go that route, they would not support overruling the parliamentarians' decision there.
And Joe, I mean, what are the routes to go about that? Obviously, if it's outside the COVID relief package, do they have a plan? Is there any idea how long something like that could take to go through with the $15?
Well, if Democrats still want to pursue a $15 minimum wage, they could do it the old school way, which is you just try to get enough Republican support for it, and then you have a vote and try to get 60 votes in the Senate. There is a discussion among lawmakers about another route. It's a little bit more controversial, known as ending the filibuster. Essentially, what that means is Democrats could change the rules. So a vote for a minimum wage increase would no longer require 60 votes. It would only require 51 votes. Again, not exactly certain they would go that route, but that discussion is being had, something that a couple of Democrats on the Senate side have already expressed hesitation about. So we'll have to see how Senate leaders want to play this out.